Jackie, Open Love 101. And I am wondering, I've had a conversation with one of my daughters, and she's in her 30s, by the way. And we were talking about, what I do with the lifestyle. And she surprised me by saying, I've always kind of wanted to be on your podcast so that people can see my view of what I think about your relationship model and the benefits that I've pulled from, your relationship with John and how it has affected her. And so I was just wondering, I was like, is that really something that you want to do? And she said, yeah, absolutely. She says, it's really important for people to understand how important it is to be honest, with people in your conversations, and how much closer she feels like it brings us because of that honesty. And so, I'm just wondering if we do a podcast with her, is that something that y'all would be interested in listening to? And if you are, what is it that you would want to know from her? What questions would you want to ask her? So we can maybe fill in some of those blank spots that people who have adult children and they've decided to change maybe the relationship model that they have, or, have questions of their own about, how do I have that conversation with my kids? Or not even that. What if my kids bring it up? What if they ask me, what do I say? What are my kids going to think of me? What am I going to think of me? Is it going to harm the relationship, or is it going to help the relationship? Is it going to make it deeper? Is it going to cause a divide? These are all questions that parents have. And, again, I'm not talking about having these conversations with young people, because that's not the time or place. But when they're adults and have families of their own, it was kind of cool to have that conversation with her, and her eagerness to want to share her wealth of information with y'all. So let me know, 1, if you'd like to see her, 2, if you've got any questions, and let's see what